What is a staccato? Staccato notes look like this. The dot is always either on the top or on the bottom. It's never on the side. If you see a dot on the side of a note, it's not a staccato. It means to hold for a certain amount of time. So it's only a staccato if the dot is on the top or on the bottom. When you see the dot on the note, they want you to play it short and crisp. Hello, welcome to Practical Piano. My name is Tia. This video is basically a free beginner piano lesson, specifically about how to play staccato. I'm going to walk you through 4 play-along exercises that you can do to start playing staccato and then to improve your staccato. There are 4 exercises because there are 4 main scenarios you're going to run into staccatos. We'll go over just basic staccatos. How to play slow staccatos. I'll show you how to play staccatos at the end of a slur. And finally, how to play staccato in one hand, but smooth in the other hand. It's very, very tricky. So check out the timestamps for what you need in particular. Feel free to practice just one section until you feel very comfortable. Now you can watch this video to learn how to do these things, but the best way to learn is actually by doing. So I highly recommend that you sit at the piano and you follow along with the exercises to get the best learning benefit for you. The best way to practice exercises on the piano is a little bit every day. So if you're trying to learn how to play the slur with the staccato at the end, use that section of the video, try it out 5 or 6 times today. Don't try and get it perfect in one sitting because learning can take some time. And then try it out again tomorrow, and so on. Use the sections of the video over multiple days until you feel confident with the action of playing your staccato and until you're satisfied with your progress. When you see the dot on the note, they want you to play it short and crisp. You can think of it like a pop. Some people think of it like touching something hot because you gotta pull your hand off it real fast. I find the best way to think about a staccato is to think about plucking a string. I have a rubber band to demonstrate. So, see how to pluck it? If you think about the plucking motion, you're going to get a nice crisp staccato because this is what you don't want. You don't want to bang on the keys. I'll show you on the piano. The bang is an unpleasant sound, but the pluck is a more pleasant sound. Let's play staccato on all of our fingers in the right hand. It can help if you're just starting to raise yourself quite high off the keyboard. So you can exaggerate for a bit as a beginner, and you can let your hand come up. And then eventually you want to think about a low ceiling so that your hand doesn't come up past your low ceiling. And that will help you get more and more precise. If I'm moving a little fast, you can click the gear icon at the bottom right hand corner of the YouTube video. Then click playback speed. Then select a speed smaller than 0. That will slow down the video so that you can watch it a little bit at a time. Let's do it with the left hand. Now when you're ready, let's do it hands together. Or you can start from your thumbs and go to your pinkies and come back like this. Now remember that you can stop at any time. You don't have to do all the exercises in this video today. You can just do one, and then you can do it again the next day. And when you're ready, you can move on to the next one. But if you start to feel confused and overwhelmed, don't keep going. Take a break. It's always better to narrow your focus, to focus on just a little thing and get really good at just that little thing. You don't have to get everything done all at once. If you want more, and you're feeling comfortable and not overwhelmed, let's do the second exercise. Let's try playing slow staccatos. Now, if we have notes like the 8th note, they move quite fast, like this. But if we have a note like a quarter note, that should be longer. When you pop it, that sounds very short. All the silence between this staccato and that staccato are what make it long or short. So if I move between these two and they don't have silence very much, they're fast. That's a very slow staccato. So we're going to play slow staccatos, then medium staccatos, and then fast staccatos. So very slow staccatos. We'll do right hand first, then we'll do left hand. Now we'll do left hand. Now we'll do medium staccatos. Now, play as fast as you can. Don't worry if it's not as fast as me, that's okay. Ooh, did you hear up at the top? It got a little sharp sounding. I went more pokey instead of more plucky. That's better. And try and keep steady. It's more important to be steady than to be super fast. So just go as fast as you can without stumbling a lot. If you're comfortable with these first two exercises and you want to keep going, try out the next one. If you're starting to feel overwhelmed, take a break and come back to it later. Here's how to play a slur that ends in staccato. So you see this big curved line? That's a slur, and it means to play smoothly, so you connect the notes like this. I have a video about how to play smooth. I'll put it up in the iCards and in the description. So if you want to practice that how to play smooth before you do the smooth and then staccato, watch that video first. Some of these fingers will be harder to trade with than the other fingers because some fingers are weaker than others. So be prepared for that and just give them a little extra practice. Here's a slur with just 2 notes. The first one is smooth, the second one is staccato. Let's play it. The first note is smooth, so we have to trade. But the second note is staccato, so when we trade, we have to pop. Like this. So you hold your first note, you get ready to trade it to the second note. Then when you're ready, we're going to quickly trade and we're going to pluck this one. Now let's hold this one. When you're ready, quickly trade and pluck this one. Pluck, hold, pluck. There we go. Now let's do that with the left hand. Hold, get ready to trade, trade. And just like with exercise 1, you might need to exaggerate lifting off. And then eventually, after you finish exaggerating and you're feeling more comfortable, then you can start picturing the ceiling. Now that's a 2-note slur. What about if we have 3 notes? Well then, the first 2 notes are smooth and the third one is a pop. So you trade and then you pop. We'll just start here. We'll trade and then pop. Hold, start here. Trade and pop. 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 Let's do that with the left hand. You might have slurs that are even longer. And the idea is that anytime you're under a slur, you can hold and trade these notes until you come to the end of your slur and you pop. This is the hardest exercise in the whole video. So if you've had enough, take a break and come back when you're fresh. Sometimes in your music, you'll see that you have to play hands together. That means your right hand and left hand play a note at the exact same time. But you're going to have staccato in one hand and smooth in the other hand. That's really hard. How do you do that? I'll show you. We're going to raise off that last one at the same time, because you always raise at the end of a slur. So we may as well raise them at the same time to have a nice matching effect. It may not always be that way in your music. You might have an indication that you should hold down your slurred note for a little longer. And then if that's what your music says, do that. So let's go over that really, really slowly, because this is hard to do if you've never done it before. So we're going to make the right hand smooth. going to make the left hand staccato. It can help to just play the staccato hand by itself and then just the smooth hand by itself. But it's necessary that you have to put them back together. As you play, you want to hold down the note that's supposed to be smooth. And then you figure out where's your next note. You play those at the same time and you try really hard. Pop the staccato hand, but hold the hand that's smooth. It can be really, really tricky, and it can take several tries to get your coordination. So don't give up. Just keep going. And if you can only do a couple notes at a time, do that and repeat them a lot. And then try the next bit. Now to go at the same time, you have to prepare to hold this one down and pluck this one. And you're aiming for them to sound at the exact same time. Now, we're going to move and trade to this one. And we're going to pluck this one. When we get to this one though, we're going to hold it. Let me show you that again. Now let's trade to the next one. This can be very, very difficult coordination for a beginner. So do that very slowly, and if you just need to do a couple of notes, do a couple of notes, then do a couple more, then do a couple more, until you're very comfortable. Now let's switch it around. Now we're going to practice the opposite way. And what I suggest is that you practice that on a different day so that your brain doesn't have to switch the coordination yet. Once you're comfortable both doing smooth in the right and staccato in the left, and you're comfortable doing smooth in the left and staccato in the right, then you can try and do them one right after the other. But usually, just being smooth in one hand and staccato in the other hand is enough for most people. So work on that for a little bit, and then come back and work on this one where the left hand is going to be smooth and the right hand will be staccato. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play the left hand smooth first. And we're going to play the right hand staccato. Now we're going to play at the same time, but I'm going to hold down my left note and get ready to trade to the next one. Still holding, get ready to trade. Hold, get ready to trade. Here are a few other options if you want to keep doing these staccato exercises but make them even harder. Now if you want to make this harder, let's move in opposite directions. Let's make the left hand smooth and the right hand staccato. Let's do it the other way. When you're ready for even harder, hit your staccatos for every other note instead of for every note. This is even harder because it involves something called syncopation, which is we don't start on the beat you expect. For this exercise, start on the second note, like this. You're going to start smooth in one hand, and you're going to add a staccato that matches the second beat, then be smooth to the third one, together here. This is very, very difficult. So only do it if you want a challenge. Let's do it the other way. Whoops. There we go. So here I meant to play D's together, but I played an E. That's all right. That's all for the staccato exercises in this video. I hope that you feel well equipped to play staccatos in your music. If you're looking for more exercises and you read sheet music and you just want more things to do with your hands to level up your skills, check out my Amazon affiliate links in the description for 2 great options. The Dozen a Day books have a lot of short exercises that each help you hone one skill or a couple of skills. And then the Bastian Technique Level 2 is very good for beginners for building these skills because they use a lot of patterns. And when you have patterns to play, it can be much easier to learn and eventually build up speed playing those patterns. These are great resources, especially for beginner pianists who are trying to get the hang of playing different things with their hands. If you like the video, please like it. If you know anyone else who would also enjoy it or find it useful, please share. If you want to leave a comment and tell me how your practice is going, please do that. And if you would like more, subscribe.